This video introduces the method of taking the inverse Z transform using power series expansion. Sometimes you would also observe that this method is referred to as the inspection method. So why is it called the inspection method? We know that x of z is simply a summation x of n z raised to power minus n. So this is a standard transform relationship with n from minus infinity to infinity. So if we expand this in time, so this would mean that we have an x of 0 z raised to power 0 plus x of 1 z minus 1 plus x of 2 z minus 2 plus so on the right side, and on the left side we have x of minus 1 z to the power 1, x of minus 2 z to the power 2, and so on. So we have a left-sided sequence and a right-sided sequence which is appearing in this transform relationship. So just by inspecting the values of x and z, we can find the inverse Z transform. For example, say we are given with x of z, which is simply 2 plus 3z inverse plus 5z minus 2 plus 6z minus 3. And then we are asked to find the inverse Z transform, that is x of n. Now from inspection only, you can observe that this is having a power of z raised to power 0, this is z raised to power minus 1, minus 2, and minus 3. So this relates with this relates with this, and so on. So as we can say that at time instant 0, that is x of 0, the value is simply 2. Similarly, at time instant 1, the value of x of n is 3. At time instant 2, it is 5, and at time instant 3, it is 6. So this is just from inspection our inverse Z transform. So hence it's called the inspection method. Now about the power series, you can observe that this series is actually a power series of z minus n, and these z minus n have coefficients x of n as appearing over here. Now let us look into examples for which we do not have a straightforward power series like that, but we have to generate one. Say we are given with one rational function. This is our new example, and over here we are saying we have an x of z which is z over z minus a, and we're saying the absolute value of z is greater than absolute value of a. And then we're asked to find the inverse Z transform x of n using power series. So as a first step, you can observe that the region of convergence is outward of absolute value of a. So if this is outward, so this means that the sequence in time domain would be right-sided sequence. So that is, you need the power series in this form, which is in the right-sided sequence, that is z raised to power 0, z raised to power minus 1, and so on. So generally you desire a sequence in terms of z raised to power minus n. We can find that by simply dividing z by z minus a. Initially we would have a 1 here, so this would become z minus a, so plus minus and minus plus, so you would have a as a remainder. So we can have an a z inverse. To cancel this one, we would have an a minus a to z minus 1. This would cancel and you would have a to z minus 1. So to cancel this, we would be multiplying this with simply a square to get a square here, and then z minus 2. So this minus 2, and we would have a z here, then this will become z raised to power minus 1, which is appearing over here. So hence we would have a square z minus 1 plus a cube z minus 2, and it will continue on. So we would have this power series in terms of z raised to power minus 1 or z raised to power minus n, that would grow like that. So hence we can say that x of z is simply z over z minus a, which is nothing but this 1 plus a z inverse plus a2 z minus 2 plus so on. Now comparing this with the standard formulation shown over here, so it is a right-sided sequence. So x of 0 z raised to power 0, x of 1 z raised to power minus 1. So this is now again appearing over here. That is x of 0 z 0 plus x of 1 z minus 1 plus so on. So again, from inspection we can claim that x of n, that is now in the time domain, would have coefficients which are x0, which is simply 1, and then at time instant 1 we would have an a, and at time instant 2 we would have an a square, and so on. So note that this is all valid when our n is greater than or equal to 0, because the left sided sequence is not there. So x of n is these values when n is greater than 0, and it is simply 0 when n is less than 0. So we can write it in a neat form. So this is just simply 1, which is also equal to a power 0. So we can say this is simply a raised to power n, and from here we have simply u of n. So this is our final result. That was when our ROC was outward. Now let us look into the example when this is inward. That is, now we have the same example, x of z, which is having function z over z minus a, but right now the ROC is less than absolute value of a. So since this is inward, so we are interested in the left-sided sequence, which is mentioned over here. This is our left-sided sequence, and here z power is in terms of a positive value of n, which is 1, 2, and so on. So we are interested in something like z raised to power plus n. So the method is very similar and straightforward. Now again we are dividing z, but since we are interested in the positive values of z or positive powers of z, so we would bring this minus a first when it is inward, and then we would have a plus z. Now in order to cancel this, we are going to multiply with a minus a inverse and z. So hence we would simply have z here minus a inverse z2. So this would cancel, and over here we would have a minus 1 z2. And now in order to cancel this one, we are going to multiply this function with minus a minus 2 z2. If we multiply these two together, so we would have a minus 1 z2 plus minus a minus 2 z3, and it would continue to grow. So next you would have a minus 3 z3 minus, and it would continue to grow. So hence our x of z, which is z over z minus a, can equivalently be expressed as minus a inverse z minus a minus 2 z2 minus a minus 3 z3 and minus onwards. Note that this is now a left-sided sequence. So that is, we have a form which is x of minus 1 z1 plus x of minus 2 z2 plus so on. As this x of z has an inverse z transform from inspection x of n, so where we have say a time index at time 0, we have a value of 0 because starting at minus 1, and then at minus 1 we have minus a minus 1. At time index 2 we have, at time index minus 2, so we have minus a minus 2 and so on. So this is when our n is less than 0. But since this is left sided, so on the right sided sequence we do not have anything. This is just cancelled. When n is greater than or equal to 0, x of n is actually 0. So in a neat form, this x of n from here we can express it as simply minus a raised to power n u of, this is less than 0, so u of minus n minus 1, so minus 1 and onward. So this is our inverse z transform. So as a practice task, in the first two methods of taking the inverse z transform, that is the partial fraction method and the contour integration method, we have taken the inverse z transform of this function, that is z over 2 z minus 1 by 2 and z minus 1, and we mentioned that the absolute value of z is greater than 1. So take the inverse z transform, find x of n and try to match this with the other two methods, the solution of which have already been derived in previous videos.